and welcome to Weird, the people, the myths, the artifacts. It's been a while actually, it's been about a year since I started this series, and, paused the series. And I wanted to pick back up, and I figured might as well do Halloween because it's my favorite holiday. So hopefully this will be the first of 2 episodes. This one is about the cryptids. Strange creatures that science or folklore just can't explain. And I have 3 on our docket. And I hope that this is informative, and I hope that this will inspire you to look up your own cryptids or inspire whatever. Alright, let's start. Our first cryptid is the Jersey Devil, a legendary creature that is said to haunt the Pine Barrens of New Jersey, which I really want to visit one day. I really want to. They sound like spooky, haunting forest, and that's like my jam. Descriptions of the Jersey Devil include a strange winged creature with a horse-like head, hooves, bat-like wings, and a forked tail. It's also often described as basically a flying kangaroo, it's something. It's something that you think you'd find in Australia. It's just something. Alright. According to lore, the creature was born to Mother Leeds, who may or may not have been a witch in 1735, and was either the result of a curse that transformed her 13th child into the infamous Jersey Devil, a deal with the devil gone wrong, or perhaps the son of the devil himself. These are just some of the theories I found. The creature has allegedly been sighted numerous times over the centuries, and some of these encounters have involved well-known historical figures, which really give credence to the whole, there's a flying monster in New Jersey. Then again, have you ever been to New Jersey? It's like, ugh. It's no wonder that something like the devil makes his home there. Two examples of historical figures are 1. Joseph Bonaparte, the older brother of Napoleon Bonaparte. Yes, that Napoleon Bonaparte. And he encountered the Jersey Devil while hunting near his estate in New Jersey around 1820. After finding strange tracks in the snow, Bonaparte was startled by a hissing noise and saw the creature itself. A terrifying figure that took off into the sky before he could react. Bonaparte's account added a layer of credibility to the legend, as he was a former king of Spain and Naples. And just regular Australians are terrified of seeing a random kangaroo. Could you imagine one that's just showing up in the middle of nowhere and flying away? Wow. And before you go questioning, well, that's just one famous guy. Like I said, I have another one, and this may be the most American of American accounts ever. Alright, so Stephen Decatur, a naval hero famous for his exploits during the 19th century. In 1819, Decatur was inspecting cannonballs at New Jersey Ironworks when he reportedly saw a winged creature flying overhead. And the most America thing ever, Decatur decided that he would fire a cannonball directly at it. And according to him, it hit the beast, but then just shrugged it off and flew away, as if it just got hit by a fly. These sightings, among others, have kept the legend of the Jersey Devil alive, making it one of the most enduring cryptid stories in American folklore. Some theories suggest that the creature may have roots in older European legends, such as, what was it? Goblins? I can't read what I wrote. If you know the legend, please write it down. My dog ate this part. So, and it may just serve as a cautionary tale about the mysterious Pine Barrens. Whether the Jersey Devil is a misunderstood animal or pure folklore, its presence has captivated imaginations for centuries. And here is 2 movies that feature the Jersey Devil. One is The Last Broadcast, a found footage horror film centered on a documentary crew hunting the Jersey Devil. And 2 is The Barrens, a psychological horror film set in Pine Barrens focusing on the Jersey Devil myth. The Last Broadcast is available on Prime Video, and The Barrens is available on Starz and Apple TV. It also shows up in X-Files, which is the Pale Father's favorite sci-fi show. It shows up in Season 1, Episode 5, The Jersey Devil. Now, apparently there's a book and magazine series called Weird New Jersey that's dedicated almost entirely to it, at least from what I was able to see. Alright, next up we have, I honestly picked this one because I thought that there would be more to it, considering how much fan art, how many comics it shows up in. I just honestly thought there would be more to it. But I picked the Fresno Nightcrawlers. First spotted in grainy surveillance footage from Fresno, California in the late 2000s. These mysterious creatures are basically walking pants. That's it. They're just walking pants. And it's just, since then, there have been a handful of sightings, with these creatures showing up in both videos and local lore. Some people think they're aliens. Others say they're some kind of nature spirit, like nature with pants. Weirder things could happen, I guess. And, of course, here's the thing I subscribe to. That's just a really elaborate hoax made from some guy with a pair of white jeans and white jeans and puppet strings. But honestly, if they are aliens and they're showing up in California, I think they just want to do Hammer Time. It's the home of Hammer Time. Ooh, 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 can't touch this. Ooh, ooh, doo, 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 Hammer Time. Doo, 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 doo. Yes, I just defiled your ears. They show up in a short horror story written by Zachary T. called Fresno Nightcrawler. And of course, as I said, they show up in a bunch of fan art, fan videos. They show up in the webcomic Knip. They show up in another webcomic dedicated to cryptids. I can't remember what it is. I'm gonna put a picture of it up here now, so you guys can see it. And I'm gonna end this with one that's not usually considered a cryptid, but if it is, it's one of my favorites. It just is. And our final one is a mischievous one, the gremlin. These creatures were first popularized by Royal Air Force pilots during World War II. They blamed these little troublemakers for all sorts of mechanical failures, from engine malfunctions to mysterious accidents. The idea of gremlins became so widespread that they weren't just confined to the RAF anymore. Roald Dahl, who himself was a super spy and an RAF pilot, wrote a famous story about these creatures. In the book The Gremlins, Dahl turned them into little mechanical saboteurs who caused chaos for pilots. What's fascinating is that gremlins have evolved over time, appearing in everything from folklore to film, and they're still remembered today as symbols of technological sabotage. But it's not. But according to what I found, they didn't always just stick to messing with the thing. There was a time in 1939 where 13 U.S. Marines were flying across the Pacific, and they came to a sudden crash landing. And when people looked inside, they found what essentially looked like someone released a pack of badgers in their airplane. Like blood and claw marks everywhere. And it's just a really spooky thing. So, yeah. So, obviously, there's the book, The Gremlins, for media, by Roald Dahl. I'm gonna read this book. I'm really interested in it. And, again, obviously, the two Gremlins movies, which are some of my favorite horror Christmas movies ever, really. And yeah, I just love that spider gremlin so much. And then finally for media, I'm not gonna lie, I've never seen Twilight Zone. You'd think I would, because it seems like it's right up my alley. But other than reading the script for The Monsters Come to Mulberry Street, I've never seen it. But apparently, there is an episode featuring gremlins called Nightmare at 20,000 Feet that stars, I kid you not, famous star of Star Trek, William Shatner. Well, I guess that's it for our episode on cryptids. Do you have a favorite cryptid? Please comment your favorite cryptid. Subscribe for more episodes, and share this with your friends, especially your cryptid friends. Blah, 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 blah. Keep it weird, friends.